Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. They go play action here on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Lauletta on 2nd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Lauletta now to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Here we go!
To the air yet again, Lauletta. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here. On 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Lauletta. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Leopard! Leopard! Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll get this out to Barkley complete, and he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gone! 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 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Lauletta, he'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground as Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Lauletta looking to throw on second down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. And incomplete on the deep ball.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes. For 36 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. David Irving with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, Lauletta. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Leopard! Ship! Watch the ship! Watch him now, Barney!
They run again on first down. Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Mike, 55. Gun!
On second down, Rosen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
He's going to get it running right. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Tight end's right. You got 3 down.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Third and goal. Rosen. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. David Irving in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Laletta. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this is recovered in the end zone by the defense. My goodness, what a late turn of events here. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You're so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a two-score swing.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Handoff comes to Cook. And now running right through it. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Gun! What's tight? Tight is right. Watch him now, Barney!
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
3 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Stay at home.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 3rd and long here for Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3 down. 55's mine, guys. 55.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Key 26.
A final shot before the break for Lauletta. He's going to look deep down the field. And his throw is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Ooh, the juke. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he gets him set up near midfield for the moment. But with that penalty marker down, I don't know if it's going to hold. A give. This is Cook. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, here's Rosen. And complete, right side to Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
Here's Rosen to throw. The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. Back to throw, Lauletta. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he works free. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here's Lauletta. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Lauletta on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Hurry up.
And they'll throw again with Lauletta. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! Tight end right.
Again, Lauletta. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this.
Pass, check, pass. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Slam, slam, slam. Watch you now, Barney, Barney.
On second down, Cook. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there, 77 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Number 83 on the return.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
On 1st down, it's Lauletta. And that's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd and 10, Lauletta. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And now it's Rosen looking. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
3 down. Key at 33. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Going for it all. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They go play action. It's Rosen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
56. Lucky 56. Watch you now, Barney.
On 3rd down, Rosen. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Over the middle, he's got his tight end, Ingram. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Leopard! Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Fielded just inside the 20. that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down.
They run, Cook, and an alley to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Alert! 3 down. Gun! Hey, watch.
Now Rosen on 1st down. Flush to his right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Buying time to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. Dancing to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey, check Mike. Watch 85.
Now it's Rosen. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled, do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying,